like dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria.
Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Hey guys, welcome back to Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, Jay Schatzer, and I've got a classy flick for you tonight. Black and white, haunting movie by John Llewellyn Moxey. This is 1960, classy movie, The City of the Dead. So guys, hold on tight, we got an atmospheric one for you. Here's The City of the Dead. The City of the Dead, aka Horror Hotel, is a haunting little underrated gem which focuses on the storied myths of New England's past to tell a new sordid tale filled with cults, conspiracies, and witchcraft. Displayed in tension-filled style and embraced by black and white cinematography that just oozes with ambience, this twisted story revels in poignant imagery that really sets the mood for the season. With an abundance of atmosphere and a solid cast, The City of the Dead primes the viewer with its unsettling subject matter and its dreamlike sets and locations, which really pack a solid horror punch. If you're looking for a classy horror entry that mirrors the quality that British powerhouse Hammer Films used to produce, then this little-known witchcraft entry may be just up your alley. The film begins in the year 1692 with a witch burning, as the villagers of Whitewood, a small New England town, condemn a local heretic named Elizabeth Selwyn. As she burns at the stake, she curses the town and threatens to return again. Flash forward 300 years later, and college student Nan Barlow, at the suggestion of her professor Alan Driscoll, heads to Whitewood in order to do some research on witchcraft. Once she arrives, she finds a fog-shrouded village that is anything but inviting. Venetia Stevenson plays the role of Nan Barlow, the innocent and curious youth who stumbles onto a scenario that she can neither fathom nor predict. Stevenson is a vision, and even though she disappears almost halfway through the movie, her performance and initial setup of the creepy world of the City of the Dead is enough to instill in our minds the ambient wonder and dangerous nature of the film. Though I have to admit, her presence in the second half of the movie is quite jarring, leaving me wanting more of her subtle presence. But be that as it may, we are soon introduced to a new vixen. Taking the torch from Venetia Stevenson is Betta St. John, who takes on the role of Patricia Russell, the new female lead of the movie. Though not as mesmerizing as Stevenson, St. John does a wonderful job in progressing the story along. Her character actually resides in Whitewood, so her normalcy among such strange surroundings is actually rather intriguing, which lends to the overall mystery of the film. When it comes to both actresses, they do a commendable job with the atmosphere of the movie, and each one makes a lasting impression on the audience, though in their own special way. The atmosphere of the film is also a potent one, relying a great deal on its nightmarish quality and outstanding setting to cast fear into its audience. The town of Whitewood is a picturesque view filled with haunting rustic buildings, fog-covered landscapes, and an unsettling stillness that permeates every inch of the production. And the setup to all of this otherworldly style is introduced perfectly by the opening sequence of a witch being put to death. Adding to the ambience of the picture is a cast of villagers that appear more as ghosts than of real people. There are numerous times when one of our featured cast are traversing through the village only to be quietly gawked at by silent watchers composed of various apparition-like denizens. These unsettling moments are genuinely creepy and aid in the overall tone of the story. The film also takes a good bit of time to show us the interiors of the buildings, from the quaint little bookshop to the rustic and shadow-filled inn. It's the moments inside the inn that are especially eerie, as it is cramped with dark, low-lit rooms, secret passageways, and underground tunnels. Another visual quality of the film is in the antagonists of the story. Draped in dark hooded cloaks and armed with daggers, this coven of witches are as maleficent as they are stylishly creepy. These devilishly dressed cult followers and their iconic attire give way to an amazingly sober moment in the waning hours of the film, when we are treated to an entertaining showdown between the cult and the last remaining good guys of the film. This is all played out among the silhouetted landscape of a fog-covered graveyard, and it looks absolutely exquisite. There are some unbelievably beautifully shot scenes in this sequence, and the epic conclusion will absolutely rock your socks off in its presentation and execution. This is pure Hammer horror imagery here. The City of the Dead is a sadly overlooked horror film that mixes the imagery of creamy films with the classic presentation of the Hammer horror greats. Basking in a world of fanciful and frightening sights, this horror entry really knows how to deliver on the visual front. The movie plays out like a cinematic tapestry of gothic-infused delights, gifting each return to this eerily created whitewood with a spine-tingling greeting. The imagery perfectly captures the witchcraft hysteria that ravaged the lands of New England during the Salem witch trials, and that tempered atmosphere hangs low in the air. Saturated with class and knee-deep in surreal setting, The City of the Dead is a UK production that gives it its all in generating a genuinely creepy tale that features enough twists and turns and unexpected character demises to warrant it as one intriguing horror gem. With a more than competent cast and an endless supply of atmosphere on tap, this film is a lost treasure that I always find myself getting lost in. If you're looking for a good witchcraft yarn and you are in need of a Halloween atmospheric boost, then give John Llewellyn Moxey's The City of the Dead a try. The visuals alone pack quite a punch. Needless to say, this is an atmospheric gem. And there you have it, guys. The City of the Dead is an atmospheric gem to say the least, and I love it to death. It's got that perfect Hammer feel to it, and I can't get enough of that stuff, and I'm sad that those kind of flicks don't happen anymore. But that's about it for my review. And if you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe and comment below if you want to give me some tips or critique. Anyways, guys, that's it, and I will see you at the next review. So take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.